We are absolutely swimming in technology, right? It connects us, it informs us, it entertains us. But it's also throwing some of the trickiest challenges our way that we've ever faced. We're talking viral propaganda, a nonstop crisis of what to believe. It kind of feels like we're all stuck in a digital hall of mirrors. And it makes you wonder about a really basic question.
No, really think about that for a second. In a world with AI-generated videos and fakes so perfect you can't spot them, can you even trust your own eyes anymore? This isn't just some tech problem, it's a social one, and it's chipping away at the very thing our society is built on: trust.
And that's really the heart of it. This is our modern digital dilemma. We are in a genuine crisis of trust. Trying to figure out what's real online has gotten incredibly hard, and that line between fact and fiction, it just gets blurrier every single day.
What's kind of wild is how normal these words sound to us now. Deepfakes, they can make anyone say anything. Propaganda, it can circle the globe in minutes. Cyberbullying causes real-world pain from behind a keyboard. And fake news, well, most of us just feel totally overwhelmed, not knowing what's true anymore. Look, this isn't just online noise. It's like a poison seeping into our public life.
So the big question is, what do we do? Do we need a better fact-checking app? More rules? Well, the argument we're going to dig into today suggests something completely different. What if the answer to our very futuristic problems isn't more technology, but actually one of the oldest ideas about what it means to be a good person? And that answer, believe it or not, comes from something called virtue ethics. I know, it sounds super academic, maybe a little dusty, but stick with me here, because what if this ancient philosophy actually holds the key to surviving our chaotic digital world?
Okay, so what is virtue ethics? Well, most ethical systems you hear about are all about rules, right? Like a list of do's and don'ts. Or they're about calculating what action will create the most good for the most people. Virtue ethics, it kind of flips the script. It's an ethics of character.
So here's the key idea. Virtue ethics is all about becoming a certain kind of person. The focus is on building up good character traits, or virtues, things like honesty, courage, justice. And the goal isn't just to check boxes and follow rules. The ultimate goal is to achieve what the ancient Greeks called eudaimonia, which is just a fancy word for human flourishing. You know, living your best, most fulfilled life.
And the process itself is pretty straightforward. You start by recognizing that we all have potential. From there, it's our job to cultivate the virtues, those excellent parts of our character, while actively steering clear of the vices, the defects. The whole point of this moral workout is to reach that goal of flourishing. It's all about building a better second nature, through practice and habit. All right, so that's the theory. But let's get practical. How does this ancient idea actually help us now? Let's take our first case study. Courage. It's a virtue we all get, but what it means is being totally reimagined for the world we live in today.
If you were talking to Aristotle, he'd probably say courage was something you see on a battlefield, or maybe in a wrestling match. It was physical. But today, man, courage looks a whole lot different. It's having the guts to stand up to an online mob. It's defending someone who's being smeared by lies. It's calling out falsehoods, even when you know it could make you a target.
And the stakes are, well, they're incredibly high. Just look at the parents of the children murdered at Sandy Hook Elementary. They were relentlessly targeted by the most vicious conspiracy theories, which led to nonstop online harassment and even death threats that forced them from their homes. To stand up and speak the truth in the face of that kind of evil, that takes a truly profound and very modern kind of courage.
This question from two of those parents, the Posners, it just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's really a call to action for all of us to find that digital courage and insist on something better, on a world where truth matters, even when it's hard.
Okay, so we've talked about courage. Now let's tackle another big one: honesty. Because if courage is about defending the truth, honesty is about living it. And that has probably never been harder than it is right now. Back in the day, your honesty was kind of policed by your reputation. In a small town, you knew who you could trust. But today, we're not in a small town. We are drowning, literally drowning, in a global flood of information, filled with anonymous accounts and AI fakes that make it almost impossible to know who or what is real. And this is where things get really scary. We're running into this concept of plausible deniability. With deepfakes, a politician can get caught on video saying something horrible and then just turn around and claim, "Nope, that wasn't me, it's a fake." When reality itself can be convincingly faked, the very ground beneath our feet starts to dissolve.
And that's the nightmare scenario, right? As Matt Turek over at DARPA puts it, we could be heading for a zero-trust world. A world where our default setting is to believe nothing. Just try to imagine a society without any trust. How would anything get done? How could we possibly function? So this brings us full circle. The way out of a zero-trust world probably isn't some new piece of verification software. The antidote is us. It's about each of us deliberately building and strengthening our own digital character.
And you can apply this to everything, right? It's not just courage and honesty. Think about it. What does justice look like online? Maybe it's about holding platforms accountable for the harm they cause. What about generosity in a world where everyone's fighting for attention? Maybe it's as simple as boosting someone else's voice instead of your own. Or how about self-control, when every app on your phone is engineered to make you keep scrolling forever? So I guess I'll just leave you with this thought. The next time you're online, whether you're about to post or comment or even just silently scroll past, ask yourself, in this exact moment, what virtue am I practicing? Because in this virtual age, our character might just be the only thing that's truly real.
The ideas we've been exploring here are drawn directly from a fascinating paper by William Cornwell called Virtue Ethics, Technology, and Sustainability. It really shows how some ancient wisdom can give us a powerful map for our technological future. Thanks so much for watching.